who's ready for a plan with me? Hi friends, I thought I would do a fun little intro for this long-awaited plan with me. No one's really probably long-awaiting it, mostly just myself, because it was the week I got to see Beyonce at the Renaissance World Tour in 2023, and in just 1 month, I'm seeing her for the Cowboy Carter Tour here in Washington, D.C. on July 4th. Super excited. So I'm like, we gotta get this spread done. Like, we gotta get all my old August spreads, all my 2023 spreads, everything done, so I can kind of like move on and do extra hobbies and like be current and my planner. So yeah, we're gonna get there eventually. I've been finishing up most of my August bases. This is the last one, and when I sat down to film this last week, my camera battery for the camera that I plan with, I'm using currently my DJI Osmo Pocket 3, but my camera that I usually film with, the battery was dead, so that was not a fun time for me. Anyways, I digress. Let's go ahead and get into the plan with me and do the base. Alright, I'm gonna try to do a little fun situation here of dual filming, because I just think that would increase the vibes of the plan with me. So we're gonna try our best. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. Now, because I'm filming this right now with y'all, I obviously can't really listen to stuff in the background because of copyright. I mean, hurry up and go ahead and get this base done. Let's just go ahead and go through the kit. It's hard to do all of this at the same time, so I might have to So anyways, you guys are gonna get we're gonna do a background view of what it looks like when I'm doing, and then you'll see that I'll try to do it that way. Okay, so this is the CafeWithAna Alien Superstar kit, and I am obsessed, and I just know she's already gone to 2 of the tours, 2 concert dates, I mean, for Cowboy Carter. I know she's gonna give us a kit for Cowboy Carter. I'm just waiting. Take your time, girl. Clearly I am a year and a half behind. You have time. So yeah, that's the kit. And then obviously we also have the amazing fashion people. Perfect start for Pride Month. It's currently June 1st as I'm filming this, and then the Renaissance. I'm just so excited. I literally told her, I was I had a dream that you guys I saw the kit, and it was incredible, and I was did you sneak the kit already? And she was no, that was definitely a dream. I was oh, okay. So anyways, we're using this. I struggled with the longest time, what foil did I want to use with this, but we're going to go with the Scribble Prints Co. It's a star foil. I can't quite tell, what type of, foil this part is. I know it's, star, and then, a hollow that's, kind of lines, I guess. I'm not sure, what this combo is called, but I figured stars feels so, Alien Superstar and Renaissance, and I do have some custom silver foil I'm gonna do once I do the scripts for this and for my other August spreads, because I make my own custom scripts for my spreads. So yeah, we're just gonna be doing the base, and then I'm gonna have to fill it all out. I will do that on camera, but it's gonna take. I'm not gonna be filming that whole entire process. I guess maybe I will. I don't know, but it's not gonna happen immediately after this clip, these video clips, because I am seeing the Hunger Games Catching Fire. So yeah, I'm trying to just kind of have the overhead just filming, because I'm just going to speed it up and then, not talk through that part, and then you guys are going to get this part. So yeah, I'm trying to have proper pacing, so I don't know. I don't know how I want to do my boxes. I've been trying to keep all of my plans on my phone. I was not the best with writing them down for a good chunk of this year. I was good with it for 2023 and all of 2024 though, so that's not the problem. Okay, so this is the week of July 31st, so I have 7, 8, and then Sunday I need an extender. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. Obviously, we want the Renaissance boxes on the double boxes. So here are the glitter headers. And obviously I need my bougie boxes. So I'm just gonna start with my format. Also, I'm gonna take my hair tie off because that's kind of not cute. So let's do this. I usually put box, 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 like that. So I know to put the bougie here. Like, sorry if I'm a little rusty. I have not been doing this on camera. Like, I've been planning off camera. I just have not been doing it on camera. So that's been a little bit of a learning curve for me. And then, yeah, I just felt like the stars, like, kind of gave space vibes, which is what, and then the foil worked. I considered doing a black foil, like a black sparkly foil, and obviously did not end up going with that, because you guys are seeing what I'm doing right now. Also, I'm suffering a little bit for, like, the aesthetic of the vlog, because I am kind of hot right now. Like, I don't know if my husband, like, adjusted the thermometer or whatever, but I am, because at first I was a little cold. I'm a little hot in here, so I'm like, but also I don't want to be, I just like the way it looks better and plan with me is to wear a sweater. So I'm like, hopefully I've been doing that on camera. Let's go ahead and do the headers. And usually because of, like, Coffee Monday, I don't know if anyone's ever noticed in my spreads, I try to do, like, a drink box on Monday. Like, I never really mark Coffee Monday, but I just always like putting the drink there, and then I always put, like, the scene box on Thursday as well, because it, like, mirrors, and then the flat lay here, and the flat lay here, and then the double box, and then a fashion girl there, a fashion person there. So, that's my secret to my planner magic, I guess, if you want to call it that. So, oh, there is a little, there we go, there's a little box there with, like, the popcorn and the drink and the on-air sign. Ugh. Now that it's summer and it's, like, Pride, I'm just, like, ready for all of the, like, Renaissance vibes. Like, and obviously there's Cowboy Carter. Like, I can't imagine, like, going to a tour date this month. My best friend's actually flying to London with her husband's aunts, and they're going to go see Beyonce. Her I guess they're, like, her aunts-in-law. I've met them at my best friend's wedding. They're also indigenous like me, except, you know, in Canada, and they're just so sweet. I love them so much. We just, like, me and my husband, I just yapped them. I feel like I kind of have to put Beyonce here, so we're gonna put Girly here, because I literally had a hat like this in the rain. I was DC night 2, and the rain killed that disco cowgirl hat that I got from Party City, I think. So if that's a little crooked, that's just gonna have to be what it's gonna have to be. Oh well, I don't know. Actually, should I fix it? So yeah, praying and hoping. I'm like, I've been seeing, like, all these, like, things on TikTok about paying an Etsy witch, and I'm like, should I pay an Etsy witch to make sure it doesn't rain on my Cowboy Carter concert night? Because it's been raining a few times. It was raining, I think, Chicago, New Jersey, I know it rained, and funnily enough, I considered, like, when I was trying to get the pre-sale, I did sign up for pre-sale in New Jersey, but then we ended up getting tickets for the night we wanted here in DC. So also my mom lives, like, really close to the stadium where the concert's at. Oh my god, am I gonna get it right? Come on, there we go. So we're gonna be trying, like, mommy, you better be on your Zoom, especially once the merch truck gets here, I'm like, oh, I really hope. I think like the exclusive merch for Cowboy Carter has been super cool, like a really cool thing for Beyonce to do. Like, I hope the DC one, like, people think it's gonna be like her sitting on the Abraham Lincoln Memorial, which looks super iconic. I also hope they like crack down on resellers before it gets to our concert, because that's just not cool. Like, I don't want to have to be fighting these people. But yeah, I'm like, and also the New Jersey, New York had like the exclusive black jersey, and I'm like, oh, that is so, it gagged me. So I'm just like, I can't wait to see what DC has. And then like, we're the first night, so I'm like, hopefully they'll be like, you know, trying to fight. I feel like stuff was sold out when I went to see it. Like, I feel like there was some merchandise that was sold out, but like, obviously, you know, where are my thoughts going? I don't know. Yeah. Obviously, some stuff was sold out. Like, I have a shirt. My mom has so many, like, Renaissance World Tour shorts, which is so funny because she was, like, pretending like she didn't like the album. She just, like, loves to be kind of a troll. But she had gotten so many of the shirts, and then there's one that I got at our show. Another time, I was a little bit heavier, and I got a large, I think, or extra large or something. I don't know. It was really already kind of tight. And then now here I am, lost my 40 pounds, trying to lose more, and it fit. So I'm like, period. Obviously, I feel like we gotta kind of do the Renaissance double scene. So we're gonna do her here on Saturday. Obviously, I write down a bunch of stuff on my notes, but then, like, some stuff I'm like, that's not actually worth marking down. Like, a lot of time, like, I'm not gonna mark, like, unless I have nothing and I forgot everything. Also, I need to grab my paper. Is it here? Yeah, my sticker paper that I make my own extenders with. I literally just have a thing of paper, and we're just gonna start here. There. Ta-da. Oh my god. Yeah, like, walking my dogs every day, like, unless I have nothing to mark, I'm not gonna walk that, because I walk them multiple times a day, because we live in an apartment, and I don't just get to say, go outside, get out of my face. Hopefully one day soon we'll have a house. Like, we kind of are interested in renting a house, or like a townhouse or something, like moving to North Carolina. Our lease ends in literally 3 months now, and it's just crazy to think that we signed our lease, like, we did all our application and everything, like, this month, a year ago. Like, kind of, why is time flying so fast? Literally don't know why it's doing that. So anyways, I kind of want, I feel like I should just do the Beyonce on the extender, or should I do her over here? Probably her over here, so maybe I'll do her. Or do I want the microphone? What do I want to do? Or the boot? I really like this scene, so I'm like, I'm just gonna do, I don't need an extender for Saturday, although I could have, like, tried to, but I tried to also cut stuff down, so that way I didn't have to spend so much time doing all the stuff. Like, is this lined up? Please be lined up. It's as lined up as she's gonna be. Ta-da. Okay. And then we're done with this page. And let's go ahead and do this page here. Oh shit. The extender. I'm like, I don't even need you to come all the way up. I just need you to come up a little bit for this. Like, girl, I'm not trying to rip you. I don't know, girl. Oh, fucked up. I fucked up. Let's go a little bit more. I fucked that up. Like that. Oh, saved it. Crushed it. I hope, like, I think my camera angle is, like, wide enough up here that you can have a, you know, I'm spread out enough so you can see when I'm, like, pulling this damn thing towards myself, because I need to be able to leverage that angle. Alright, there we go. It's also crazy to me going back in these Plan With Me, like not these Plan With Me's, but these spreads, I guess. And, like, seeing all this stuff, like, especially in regards to my health, because I am actually working so hard at my health, and, you know, I'm doing my first 10K, and, like, I was telling my husband, I was like, we need to plan Disneyland, it's 3 months away now, and, yeah, I'm just super excited. Like, I've done 2 5Ks, I kind of want to do, I don't know if I'm going to sign up for the Disney, like, virtual ones. I kind of want to, but I need to just be mindful of spending a lot of money. I'm still recovering from a lot of expenses last year, so I'm like, I'm not trying to be a crazy lady. I kind of want to do the microphone. So, yeah. I also like her with the black hat. I don't remember which color. I don't think she had these colors at my show. Although I do love the, like, red, white, and blue. I mean, black, blue, black, red, and, like, white, silver. I just know that it's gonna, whenever I get the kit from Anna, it's gonna turn out, 1, amazing, and 2, like, especially if she does, like, the red and white, or, like, red, white, and blue, like, screw 4th of July, like, I'm literally seeing Beyonce on 4th of July, so that is super exciting. Can't believe I'm almost done with the space. I'm like, I don't know what I want to have here. Which stuff do I want to use? We're almost done. I'm like, it kind of looks awkward, like, those being right next to each other, but I just love bling out stuff. If you know me, you know I love bling. So the black, do this color here. I have like 20 minutes before I need to start getting ready. I need to feed my dogs. Yeah, I'm super excited to go see, I don't even know if I said it. I'm seeing Hunger Games, what is that, Mockingjay Part 1, and then next week seeing Mockingjay Part 2 at Alamo Drafthouse. That's our theater, that's where we go to. I have the Alamo Pass, and also this week Sinners is coming out digitally, and I've been obsessed with Sinners. I saw it 3 times, and then there was like a 70mm, like a theater around here that's like a smaller theater that had a 70mm screen, but then I was like, I'm just gonna be good. Like, I told my husband, I was like, I've seen it 3 times, I supported it 3 times, like 2 of those times I wasn't even my Alamo Pass, so I'm like, and then also now I just paid for the movie, so I'm just like, it's fine, like, I don't, and also I'm just, like, so tired, y'all, I'm so tired, like, I'm just trying to live life, live off love. Also, I've been, like, because I have my 10K, I've been trying to get back into jogging. Woke up this morning super early at the crack of dawn and told my husband, I was like, it's time to go running, and that's what we did. Ran our 4.6 miles, and yeah, so I'm like, I don't know, but yeah, the virtual Run Disney race for the summer is so cute. It's like happily ever after because it's their 10-year anniversary, and I think if I can swing it, I should do it, but I also have to wait until like after my mom and husband's birthday, which is in 6 days, because usually they bankrupt me. So, alright, now let's do overlays, and then, excuse me, sorry for my burp, and then headers. Also, I guess I could do the sidebar and the other stuff. Okay, So, obviously, we need Beyonce right here. Because, like, I don't know if she had the gold one or the silver one on my date. It was literally 2 years ago. Like, give me a break. I might try to edit into this vlog, like, clips of my concert, although I'm sure I'm, like, you know, screaming in the background, so maybe I won't. Let's see. I usually like to do, my formula is, like, because there's black here, I try not to do black next. Then I do, like, a black up here if there's, like, a flag or something. So the next one I'm doing is this little red header. Yeah. Ta-da, like that. And then, what box should I use? These boxes are, like, a little bit smaller, so I'm like, I might have to use 2 of them. Let me see. Yeah, so, okay, so if I use the red disco, this is more like a what's it called box, which is fine, because, like, I could just put a countdown to when I went to Disney in December for the other box, so, because I was doing that, like, retroactively in my planner, and then we're gonna do this color. Oh my god. Because I've had this kit for, like, 2 years, the, like, stickiness, it is sticky, like, it's still sticky, like, don't get me wrong, but it's just, like, the longer you have a kit and you don't use it, the more it's gonna, what's that word, like, lose its, like, it picks up pretty easily, the sticker kit. I guess if I don't have, or nope, if I don't have that, then I can do this other Beyonce box, because why not? Because it's literally her kit for her concert, so why not? Like, is there another? Yeah, I'm gonna use the scene because I don't want 2 Beyoncés right next to each other. So use this scene, and then, like, I hope I don't have to trim Beyonce in her kit in my planner. I can't wait to show my mom the space. And like, look, Mom, I finally did it. She's always like, girl, I can't believe you're planning that many years ago. You need to let it go. I'm like, no, Mom, I'm not letting it go. I don't think I'm gonna have to, what's it called? I don't think I'm gonna have to trim it, fortunately. Oh, wait. I don't have a whatchamacallit, so I would have to trim it. No, I'm not gonna trim it. I'm just using more headers than need be. So let's see. Hope you guys can still see. Let's fix this header. And then put this box like that. And then there's, like, a little tiny line. You don't have to see it. Like, it's not that visible. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. And then, where is the bottom washi? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's do bottom washi together. Like, I kind of wish it was stars instead of bows. That would have ate. Oh well. I wish I could also make my own mixed metal foil sometimes. But I'm like, it's probably a lot more time consuming than what it's worth, and would be a royal pain in the butt. Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen people do it, but I'm not a foil expert. Like, I know how to do the foil. And then also this last week, when I was trying to plan and film and, like, do my foil and catch up and everything, it wasn't all my fault. The laminator I have, she started to give me trouble, y'all. And I thought it was, you know, like, oh my god, like, it's breaking. I had it for, like, 3 years now, 4 years, but I didn't even use it that much, like, at all last year, because I was just, like, school, wedding, work, like, I didn't really get to foil that much. I'm like, I haven't really done, like, that much wear and tear for it to, like, break, but I do know it has some problems sometimes. And then, so I was, like, looking for my warranty, like, because I bought an extended warranty, And it did already expire, like, last year, so I'm like, great. And then, like, people were saying, like, oh, like, I was, like, Googling it, and, like, I couldn't find any answers, and it was like, try turning the heat up gradually, and then I realized I had it on, like, 40 degrees Celsius or something, which is, like, not hot at all, so I was like, oh, that's why, like, the knob must have accidentally turned or something when we moved last year, like, when I physically moved it myself. I don't think it was in a box, although it could have been, I'm not sure. Also, I guess her washi's a little bit longer than SPC, so let me try to trim this. Not that it, like, has to be perfect, nothing has to be perfect, y'all, but, like, when in Rome, like, if I'm already here. Oh, that was a little jaggedy because of the ruler. Hopefully I didn't mess it up too much. I have no clue where I put my tweezers. Oh well. I'll have to find them to do the deco. Here we go. I'm also just gonna pre-trim the other washi here. And then also, let me just go ahead. Sorry, I'm like a little ADHD about this. Let's go ahead and do the headers. There we go. On the sidebar. Always do the, like, deco headers on the sidebar. I love that the stars. I like. Oh, it was right there. I'm like, I might message Andre and be like, hey, the next time you do stars, like, can you make the, like, other washi that's bow? Can you make that not a bow? Cause let me know in the comments what y'all thinking. Like, am I wrong? I think Chris is waking up now from a nap because I woke him up early, and so did Cookie just started his sleep cycle because our neighbors were partying all night, so I don't know what the heck that was. There we go. I don't know. It's a little, she's not looking her best, but, you know, we're gonna move with it. I'm like, I can try to fix it later. I might not have trimmed enough. Anyways, that's the beauty of this slicer tool. And then let me try. I'm gonna just do them both at the same time on this one, so that way they kind of, like, perfectly line up. Oh. Oh. Ta-da. I'm not gonna put that sticker on my mouth. I figured out how I'm gonna edit this base. We're gonna do a sped up fill out, and then I might overlay some clips even there with some of the concert clips. There we have the bottom washi, and that's done. Okay, so now we gotta get a move on it, China. Speed it up. Sorry if my sounds are irritating. Trust me, I get it. I hate a lot of, like, rambling in some planned meetings, especially if, like, it doesn't make sense. I'm like, girl, you could have just sped that up. Okay, so if you guys don't like rambly plan with me's, let me know. I'm on the fence on if I want to film a plan with me for, like, I definitely want to do the weeks I went to Disney in 2023, but I'm on the fence if I want to do one for the week we got Cookie and Cupcake. Although it's so important and they're just so cute, and I love them so much. I told my mom, I was like, it feels like it doesn't feel like that long since we got them and since they've been in our family. Like, I can't believe a whole year went by already. Another year almost, I mean. So, but yeah, they're literally so cute, and I literally love to show Cookie pictures of her and, like, videos of her as a baby. And she'll look at the video, like, the phone, like, so confused, like, Mom, what are you showing me? I'm like, girl, you're the cutest. just my cute little girl. And then the other formula for overlays is I try to, like, if it's matching, I make this one mirror the other one. That. And then I'm gonna do, I'll do this one here. And then we'll do this one here. So it's kind of like doop, doop, doop. And then I guess we'll do the same for this one here. Oh, I still need to figure out my outfit for Cowboy Carter. Why am I just now remembering that? Like, I have my hat, I have my boots, I just don't have the outfit figured out. And it's just a lot of stress. I was like doing the full box overlay first before the header overlay because it just helps me be a little bit more straight with putting the overlay down. Like, it that way it doesn't, like, if it overlaps, it's not the end of the world. I need to also finalize, since it's June, like, I need to start working towards my summer TBR, because, like, I'm kind of really only wanting June and maybe the beginning of August, and then I kind of want to read some of the series I've gotten into starting, and then, like, fall, like, end of August, early September. So I'm like, I'm just, like, I have a lot of books that could be read for summer, but, like, I want to, like, make sure I do that kind of, like, as a summer reading challenge, although, like, I'm sure there's a actual summer reading challenge in SPC or something. I also need to start doing, like, my memory bullet journaling. Like, I have so much stuff to do. I just need to get caught up. Like, I need to be focused and locked in. And that's why I'm, like, trying to be, I wouldn't say I'm trying to be antisocial, but I'm trying to be not committing so much to so many things, because I'm just, like, it makes me, like, I'm already tired because of trying to be consistent with working out, so it's like, I don't have the energy. Like, if you run 4.6 miles, you have the energy to go do a bunch of stuff. Like, this is not that, you know, this isn't really draining for my energy per se. So I'm just like, I don't have the energy to socialize, though. Sorry. Almost done with this base. There is a header overlay that's a little crooked right here, but it's fine. 2, 3. Oh, I wish I could relive seeing the Renaissance World Tour all over again. Like that. Last header, almost done. Yay! Alright, and then I don't know if there's any, like, flags in here. Oh, there's a flag. Okay. So we're gonna do the black flag. I don't know if I should trim it. I don't really have to. Although it is a little bit thicker than what I usually do, so I don't know. Also, it's funny, the other day, there was something Chris had on his clothes or something, and he was like, oh, I'm gonna use your sticker scissors because they're sharp, and I'm like, they're technically sewing scissors, but yes. Hopefully I cut that pretty evenly. I try not to, like, go too close right away, because, like, what if I want to make it, yeah, like, that's a little bit, like, I need a little bit more, a smidge. There we go. So that's how I cut my flags. And I prefer for them to be a little bit, like, I think that's a good, like, they're not as long as SPC ones, so I don't really have to trim it that much on the back end. So that's that. I need to grab my scripts for the little monthly corner. Using this Letters to Apollo script. I'm gonna have to trace these because she doesn't make them anymore, and I just love the way they look. I have enough, I think, to last me a while because I had originally gotten like 5 each to foil myself and all black, but I don't need to do that. I just prefer for the text to be black because it matches the scripts rather than for it to match the foil. So because I don't foil the scripts, the custom scripts that I make for my spread. Okay, so now it's deco time, and then I gotta go feed my children. So I like to put on the little flag, I like to put something there usually. I feel like if I can fit the popcorn, I guess we'll do it like that. Also, the August is a little crooked and it's bothering me, question mark. Let's try this like that. That's better, okay. And then we'll do, no, the microphone's not there. Okay, we'll try to do it like this. Okay, we'll put that there for now. And should I do the flag? Yeah, we'll do the flag here. We'll do, should I do the disco earrings? There. You gotta like work with your angles when doing deco. Like, don't just put it all a certain way. We'll do the Beyonce. Oh no, we'll do this fashion girl, I guess. I don't want to have to cut her head off, no. But then I might have to cut Beyonce's head off. Should I flip it? Like that? I can flip her, I guess. No, I'm not gonna flip her. It doesn't look as good that way. Put her over there temporarily. We'll do the on air like this. And then we'll do the cup, I guess. Like here. I'm super curious. Anna, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I swear you've told me before. I'm super curious who's the artist for this kit, because it's really good, and I'm just like, I want to make sure to support, art sets they do. So yeah, that's the first half of the deco. Let's go ahead and trim her right now, and also you guys are getting a little sneak peek of my August memories, highlights. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen it on my stories, but I don't pin it, so then you might miss it someday if you want a whole day without checking Instagram. Alright, so then here, I'm like, can she fit? Like, I kind of want to use her in some way, like that. Okay. And then I'll just trim that way. That ended up working, and then, like, I should get the purse ready. I don't know. Where I want the purse? Maybe there. And then do the popcorn like that. And then do the ticket. And it's kind of already in the same place. Okay, do the ticket here. We'll do the black on air. No. Well, wait. Okay. Wait. Since the fashion is over there, let's try like that. I'm gonna have to trim her head, but it's okay. Then we'll get another little fashion person here. Kind of looks like Honey Balenciaga. And then we'll do a microphone. Then the vinyl, obviously. I wish I had the vinyl. I should go ahead and do that. Also, it sounds like Chris and the dogs are coming my way. I'm still filming, and I'm also filming a little fun angle, but I'm almost done. A little fun angle, Chris. Do the on air like that, and then the tiny little earrings like that, and that is the deco. I don't know if you guys could see Chris or the dogs in the background. If you could, let me know. I guess I'll see it maybe when I edit this video. We're almost done with the base. Then I can post the base is finally done on Instagram. And then I do have a script. Hold on. I didn't really like the character sticker for Renaissance Bay, so I don't have that from SPC. I could have just used the Beyonce deco, but this is fine. This fits like that. Oh, it fits perfectly. So there we go. Let me zoom y'all in. Sorry if it was like not the best zoom for this base. How do you prefer bases, to be zoomed in or zoomed out? I don't know. I don't really have a huge preference, although I know usually you like to be zoomed in for like the day by day, so I don't know. Alright, we will be filling her out soon. This base is already like 40 minutes, but I gotta get ready, and I'll be back to fill out the spread with y'all once I do my script. Alright friends, let's go ahead and get into the day by day. I hope you guys have enjoyed this different format of a plan with me for me. I figured, why not try something a little bit fun, a little bit different for this plan with me, and so I just, on the fly decided to do it that way, and hopefully I kind of matched up the clips as best as I could. My computer is trying not to overheat. I need to eventually get a new computer, maybe this year, we'll see. But anyways, I digress. So I'm just trying to go ahead and get this, voiceover part done. I do have my workout class in the morning, sadly, at 6:20. So my husband, he had just came by and said, yeah, it's bedtime and you have to wake up early. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I'd rather get this done now than like try to rush through and get it done tomorrow morning when I want this uploaded. And also it's going to take time to export and process, and then also I want to do some clips after the fact of the concert that I might try to add in, so towards the end of this video, so we'll see how that goes. So yeah, starting off with Monday, I had marked my period started. I had tried to cut down on a lot of stuff that I was marking, but yeah, that was not fun going into the week of seeing Beyonce. By the way, I think I've already said this is the week I saw the Renaissance World Tour, and right now it's June 3rd. I'm doing this voiceover, and I get to see Cowboy Carter, and just shortly in a month, on July 4th, so very excited. Then after marking that my period started, I marked that I had work and a meeting. I am debating cutting out marking meetings from my 2024. It's kind of been a thing in 2023 and in the past. I do have a job where, meetings are more prevalent for me now, but I'm just kind of debating like cutting it out, the more I've been memory planning 2023. Because I have a meeting practically almost every single day now, and I just don't think it's that important. It's just kind of a mundane thing that I mark. Then I marked taking a nap, and I had a summer class that was finishing up like the next week, so I had my last lecture, and then I was pretty shocked by this, how many times I marked having Popeyes this week. It's kind of crazy. I have since kind of been on like a lifestyle change, and just the amount of like fast food and eating out that I have in this planner, and just how unhappy I was is just kind of crazy. But yeah, I wondered like what I had at Popeyes. Maybe it was that I still kind of enjoy some fried chicken. Excuse me, I'm burping. And then I had marked watching The Outlaws. I don't fully remember what that movie was about. I feel like it was possibly about Bonnie and Clyde. And then shortly after, no. I had a lot of dentist and doctor's appointments. Sorry, I'm like trying to get back on track with what I'm planning. I do have my notes in front of me. I went to the dentist this day, and speaking of, they've been messaging me, hey, you are overdue, but like I had COVID last year in June, and I had to like cancel the morning of, and they're kind of always kind of like nasty when you have to cancel the morning of, and I'm like, I literally had COVID, like I don't know what you want from me. And then after that, my dog, my puppy, decided to bite my inhaler and try to bankrupt us financially, and it was just a really stressful time. So it was just like, and then I, had to finish school, and then got married, and I just haven't made the time to go to the dentist. Anyways, I had gone to the dentist, I had Chick-fil-A breakfast, and then I marked having some computer issues at work, and then I marked work, and then I had a meeting. I didn't have much to mark this night. I took a nap. My husband wasn't my husband at the time, my fiance. He's my husband now. He had made dinner, and then I didn't mark it in my planner, but I could have, I guess. But I crossed it out. I had watched What Happens in Vegas. On Wednesday, I had another doctor's appointment, and I was trying to figure out what was going on in terms of my health. I thought I had a form of like long COVID. I don't remember if I had gotten sick in January 2023, I think it was. Yeah, because then I got sick like a year and a half later in June 2024. So it would have been the same year, so I thought I had like long COVID or something, and my blood pressure was high. Obviously, the elephant in the room was me. I was just super unhealthy, like the amount of fast food I was getting, and I was extremely overweight. So I'm glad to have kind of worked through those issues, but I had been going to the doctors because my grandma had been concerned about my health, and I started to go to the doctor, and I got on metformin because my A1C was way too high, and I was on that for about a year, almost a little bit over a year. So yeah, turning my life around. But anyways, I had to go to the doctors, and they had ordered an x-ray for my chest for me, just because I had said, the difficulty with breathing. Obviously, it was probably a little bit, I'll give myself some grace. It was probably a little bit of a long COVID, but also just being overweight and not being healthy. So yeah, I had to go do an x-ray. In between my doctor's appointment and going to do my x-ray, I had gone to the Trader Joe's, and then I had Chipotle, I guess, for lunch, and I had to go to Target. This is 2 years ago almost. I don't know what for. Then I had a nail appointment. I must have taken the day off for this, and then I went on a walk with my husband, and then we watched Secret Invasion. Yeah, I don't really have much more thoughts beyond that. On to Thursday, I had to work, and I marked being annoyed and just not feeling the greatest during this time. I had marked annoyed AF. I had a meeting. I took a nap, and then I had also marked feeling like shit. And then I had Popeyes again this day. Popeyes, Chipotle, Popeyes. What were we even doing? I don't know. I marked watching TV. What was the TV? I have no idea. And then Thursday night, we were up late with this cat. His name was Spencer, and I don't know if his family ever got him safely. We were trying to lure him out of, he's hiding under cars. I had posted on the neighbors function inside of Ring about it, and then eventually it got posted to, I don't know if I also posted it on Facebook at the time, and I tried to call animal control. They wouldn't come. They don't, my county I live in, they don't come for cats, unless I guess they're injured or something like that, and he wasn't. But we were up late, for hours trying to get the kitten, and we left some of Cannoli's food out for the kitten, and it did sleep by our door, and it was just, I literally had felt so awful, but it's like there was nothing I could do, and like I couldn't even get him close enough. He kept running away. Like, he'd come and then he'd run away, and yeah, I can't believe that was almost 2 years ago. Yeah, I definitely felt, my heartstrings for the cat, and, tried our best. I definitely felt a lot of guilt. And, for days we were, texting the owners who had gotten in contact with me, and, they had dropped off some canned food. I feel like it did have a happy ending. I feel like they did get the cat. I don't fully remember, but, yeah, he had been missing for a while, and he was, the side of my town I live on now, he had been from on that side, and so I'm like, I don't even know how he got all the way over to the other side, because the other side is like really, it's just kind of like, it's a lot of traffic in between the two sides, that connect the town I live in. There's this, we call it like this big parkway. It's not that big, but it kind of separates like one side from the other, and obviously there's also a big highway in between, so like maybe there's a metro that kind of connected the two sides, and I'm like, I'm just not thinking, maybe he came across that way, but it was just crazy. Yeah, dealing with animals is very stressful, especially animals you're trying to like make sure they're safe. Yeah, I really miss him now, just thinking about it and being reminded of it all over again. I'll go ahead and move on to Friday, since I'm caught up kind of to myself in the plan with me. So on Friday I marked being tired AF, and then I had another doctor's appointment. I don't remember if it was like a Zoom doctor's appointment or if I had to go in. No, I definitely had to go in because I marked Chick-fil-A breakfast. And then I had my husband, he had made food, and we had tried to go for a walk but failed. I think something happened with Cannoli and the stroller or something, I don't know, or we were looking for the cat with Cannoli, I don't know. And then I marked watching Succession, which, wow, crazy times. Missed Succession for sure. And then we had, I guess, watched some TV as well. I don't know all of the shows we watched. I just marked TV and played Mario Kart, which I have not been playing that much recently, but I have been still really into video games with my husband. And I was talking to him the other day, and I was just saying how I've been trying to seek like healthy outlets for wanting to do stuff, because like I used to want to go to the stores or stuff like that, and I still do, but not nearly to the extent that I did before. Like with boredom, instead of using it to cure my boredom, I just try to read a book or listen to an audiobook or listen to a podcast. Obviously there's TikTok. Whenever I doom scroll on there, or playing games with my husband, video games. There's been 2 video games we've played this year together that are kind of co-op-ish. The first one was It Takes Two, and the second one was Sackboy, which we just kind of finished, but we haven't 100%ed it, so we're just kind of going back through and doing certain levels, and there's like at the end of it, even when you finish it, there's like a next level of like putting the I forgot the town that they have back together. So I haven't been playing Mario Kart, but the new Switch is coming out, and I'm like, I am tempted for that, but obviously trying to be better about saving money, not spending money, hence not a lot of haul videos on here and whatnot. And obviously now I buy books and stuff, and that kind of goes into my planner budget. So anyways, moving along from Friday on to Saturday, I marked going to the farmer's market. I want to get back into doing that. It was good socialization for Cookie, who's sleeping by my feet, by the way. She's literally the sweetest little angel baby. We were earlier this evening, like an hour or so ago, they needed to go out one last time, and she came up here, and I literally didn't even see her come up here to get me. Chris said she refused to walk without me. She's literally the sweetest. Carly does the same thing sometimes too, but he wasn't doing that. So anyways, we had gone to the farmer's market, and I guess there wasn't anything I wanted for breakfast there, because I think I marked getting like Chick-fil-A breakfast once again. And we watched MasterChef. It's been so long since I've watched MasterChef. I kind of miss it, although it does make me hungry to watch it. I don't know if anybody else has that with like cooking shows. And then I marked going to Barnes & Noble. It must have been when the Barnes & Noble, okay, let's go into this side tangent. When I was younger, my town that I grew up in had a Barnes & Noble, and they closed it and made it into a Container Store eventually, and people were like livid and hated that the Container Store had taken over the Barnes & Noble. Well, flash forward to 2023, that had happened probably right after I'd finished high school, so almost like 9 years later, maybe 8 years later, we finally, not that there wasn't other Barnes & Nobles around, but the Barnes & Noble reopened in that town. I don't live in my, like, birth hometown anymore. I live, like, 15 minutes from there. But yeah, that must have been when it first opened, so we went there. And then we also went to the PetSmart, which is in the same shopping center. Maybe I feel like Chris would have gone with me, but I honestly couldn't tell you. And then I didn't mark it, but I watched She's the Man. I was just like kind of in my watching old school movies that I enjoyed when I was younger vibe this week. And then we did dishes, and then we cooked, and then I watched A Walk to Remember. I didn't put that in my planner. I just marked being in my feelings. I had cried and had some ice cream because that movie will put you in your feelings real fast. Moving on to Sunday, the final, most important day of the spread. I had gotten up early, and I think I made some breakfast. I don't know what, obviously 2 years later. And I took a shower and then packed. I had to pack just like an overnight kind of like duffel for my mom's house. And then I had gone to Target, and then I stopped by my grandma's house on the way from Target to the mall. My grandma, I guess we had known like it was possibility it was going to rain, so she had these ponchos for us, and we were able to get them, and she really quite literally saved the day, because then we didn't have to have these ginormous jackets. We just had the ponchos. Fingers crossed, no rain this year, although a rain show is fun, but the whole taking hours for her to get on and assessing how safe it is. She always performs in the rain, and it was iconic, and it's literally in the Renaissance World Tour film where she says today is not the day. That's our show. That's DC Night 2. So yeah, I had stopped by my grandma's and gotten that stuff, and then I met my mom at the mall, and we went to I had gotten something, I guess, at Lululemon. I don't know what exactly it was, obviously. And then I went to the Nespresso store, probably just picked up some pods. I typically don't mark stores unless I buy something from them, so I'm thinking that's what happened. Then we had kind of like lunch dinner. It was kind of early, I don't know. We went to this place called Yard House. It's like a chain. It's like going to an Applebee's or a Chili's or Olive Garden. I think they're like owned by the same people. And then I had some poke tuna nachos. They were really spicy, but they were really good. And then we went to my mom's house, and I got ready and got glam. I didn't know how I wanted to do my hair, but then it didn't end up even mattering. So many girls, our hair was destroyed because of the rain. But yeah, I had gotten ready, and then we got there, and my mom she had not bought parking for our tickets, but they literally weren't checking. They just let us park, and we were able to park like literally so close to the stadium, and then we were able to get out and not really have so much traffic. Like, I don't know, like it was, people complain a lot, but it wasn't that bad for us. And then when we got into the stadium, you have to do the whole security thing. We went to the merch, and I thought my mom wanted to do that before the concert. I probably would have tried to wait until like after. I don't know if you can even do merch after at that point, because it was so late. Like we were so much longer past when we were supposed to be, the show was supposed to start. I think it took like an hour and a half. Like they were supposed to start at like 8 and it didn't start until like 9:30. So I was glad to have the day after off work, but I did have a final exam that I need to go home and study for, which you'll see about in my next spread. I'm not doing a plan with me for those spreads, but you'll see in the flip eventually, or if you follow my Instagram, you'll see it when I post it. So anyways, got our merch. I had gotten a shirt that couldn't really fit me that well back then, but it finally fits, so that's exciting. And then after getting merch, we're just like, okay, like let's go get some food. So I had chicken tenders. I don't remember if my mom had something else, but I ate chicken tenders, and we were just kind of like being forced to shelter in place in the stadium. It was not a fun time. Like, it was so humid and hot and packed, and it was just like miserable. I was just like, please, like, I will accept the risk of like possibly being electrocuted. Please let us go like into the arena area, like into the bowl, so we can have some fresh air, because it was just so packed and crowded and hot, and it was just making it even hotter and humid. I swear people were like passing out. Like, it was just crazy. So I marked, the rain, like rain show, OMG, because we were the rain show. And then I marked the concert, obviously. And then after we left, my mom, like I said, she doesn't live very far from the stadium. So we, got home, and my mom was so funny and so cute. She had some like late night ramen, and I'm like, why didn't I have some with her? Like, I kind of love ramen. Apparently I love ramen because my mom loves ramen, which is so crazy. Like, instant ramen, it's not that crazy, I guess, but when I was younger, I like didn't remember sorry for this tangent. I didn't remember my mom liking like instant ramen and like thinking it. I thought she thought it was like unhealthy, but no, like she liked it this whole time. And my grandma's like, yeah, that's why you liked it. Like, I used to come home from kindergarten. I used to do like half day kindergarten as a kid. Come home from kindergarten and like ask my grandma to put on like PBS or like Disney Channel or something, and I would watch like Dragon Tales, and I would have like a little tiny table, like the kids' food eating tables, and I just had my little tiny table, and I would eat ramen that my grandma would make for me. So yeah, that was a funny thing, was that she was the reason that I like ramen, which kind of makes me want some ramen right now, even though it's 11:14 at night and I have to be up early to go work out. Anyways, I digress. So I think I like lunch meat or something. I have a very hard time recollecting. I feel like I was like, no, I don't need ramen right now at like midnight or like almost 1 a.m. But yeah, it was a rough time. I had to, get to bed after that, like I need to right now. But yeah, guys, that is the end of this plan with me. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my different format of a plan with me. I'm kind of like trying to weed into it. This is a lot of time commitment for me to do plan with me's, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to start up in July or something. I don't know. Like, I know we're severely, like, I mean, not that I'm gonna speak for the whole community, but like, I just know the community is kind of like dying, and like Plan with Me's have kind of died off. Even like SPC and Kirsten don't do them like every single week anymore. So even though I get it, like, it's very time consuming, I see why they're not, but we'll see what happens. Won't make any promises for now, but doing these are a little bit fun, especially for more important weeks. But yeah, guys, that's it for now, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell for notifications, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. I love you guys. Bye!